Good morning, colleagues. As you know, our group was founded by merchants who wanted to create a bank that could support the growing world trade between South Africa and the wider world. Our origin is still reflected in our coat of arms, which features a sailing ship. More than 160 years later, a large ship is a good metaphor for our group. As demonstrated by this half's very good results, we can handle rough seas. The geopolitical seas were unusually turbulent over the first half, largely because of major changes in the trade policies of the United States. But despite this unusually volatile backdrop, group income and headline earnings both grew well and, unlike last year, were much less affected by currency depreciation. In South Africa, despite declining interest rates, income grew well. SBSA delivered a solid result for the first half, with earnings slightly up on the prior half, and SBSA maintained its ROE. Africa regions achieved strong income growth in constant currency, which was slightly dampened in rand terms. This resulted in equally good growth in headline earnings and a very good return on equity. Standard Bank Offshore had a more difficult half, largely because of declining interest rates, but still generated a strong ROE. Looking at the group through the lens of our business units, we see a steady performance from PBB, with pleasing growth in non-interest revenue thanks to our growing client base. Home service registrations were up 9% and personal lending disbursements were up 15%. BCB maintained its high ROE and achieved strong growth in business lending disbursements and merchant solutions turnover. But income was squeezed by declining interest rates and lower interest margins, and earnings were lower than in the first half of 2024. CIB had a very good half, with income and earnings both strongly up. Global markets income and investment banking origination were both strongly up, with the latter also being an encouraging signal about the medium-term economic outlook. Insurance and asset management achieved good growth in both earnings and ROE, with strong growth up 11% in new business value. All in all, a very pleasing half. The ship sails on. The strong performance of our business units and geographies has rolled up into two very impressive numbers at a group level. Our cost-to-income ratio is the best it has ever been. This is such an important number. It speaks directly to the discipline and efficiency of every standard banker. Thank you all. You are doing extremely well. And then there's the most important number of all, our group return on equity. This is also at a record high, the best it's ever been under current regulatory capital requirements. As these results show, Standard Bank people are highly dedicated professionals. Our strategy is working well. We're winning more clients and growing steadily. But as you all know, there's always room for improvement. Frankly, some of our competitors move faster than we do. When we lose out, it's not because our services are inferior. In fact, they are usually better. It is because we're spending too much time deliberating, consulting internally, sometimes even putting things off until next week. The competition out there is ferocious and getting more intense all the time. So please remember, when it comes to serving our clients, everything is urgent. We are absolutely on track to meeting our 2025 targets, and we are laying solid foundations for 2028. However, as I just said, it's not getting any easier out there. We face some truly formidable competitors, and it's likely that the world economy will grow somewhat more slowly than we had expected when we set our targets for 2028. We will have to stay at the top of our game. In closing, I have a very simple message for everyone. Well done. Thank you. and keep running hard. But since this is also my monthly message, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on how to think about turbulent times. 6 months ago, there seemed to be a global consensus that free trade is, in general, better than high tariffs. That climate change is a serious problem, which we all need to manage and mitigate. And that all organizations function better when they are inclusive and diverse. Each of these ideas have been vigorously challenged, which has been surprising, to say the least. But as we take a breath and look back over the first half of this year, I also think it's healthy. We've come to understand that first, yes, free trade is generally good, but unless you are careful, it can also destroy local communities and national industries. Secondly, yes, climate change is one of the most serious challenges we face, but we won't achieve a permanently lower carbon world unless we also use all our resources to improve human life. And third, yes, diverse and inclusive organizations do function better, but diversity and inclusion must mean what they say. Everyone must feel included. Colleagues, the Standard Bank ship sails on. We remain secure in our purpose and values, successful in executing our strategy, and as a bonus, a bit wiser than before. Also, as I said, we need to make our ship move faster. So, be kind. Look after yourself. Serve our clients brilliantly and with urgency. Go out there and win.